I'm here. Just giving it a couple of seconds. There we go. And just wanted to look at my building. There's my building right there. Hello, pyramid. I am, let's see. No. Hi, Fuzz. That one was the one. But it put me back to where I was. Great. Because I can go up and down. I am not here. But I figured I should come here. I really have no interest in being here today, unfortunately. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your families? Do you miss being able to be not stuck to a desk, calling people as much as possible to get as much money as possible that you can get into your little society, because they don't seem to be able to exist without money, and having to get money into your org so you can rent out this building that's already been bought by your society? So basically it's just a great money laundering scheme. What do you do with the excess money you have? Do you just give it to your head organization so they can launder it into something else? How much coursework have you done today? Is that all you've done today, is coursework and phone calls? Have you been audited at all lately? Can you afford to even be audited? Do you want to even be in that building? You can come out here and exist and enlighten yourself with your own form of enlightenment and get your own empowerment and not have to worry about the quote-unquote little people behind you or below you or in front of you, because the world doesn't think like that. You can exist without having to have little people in your world to stomp on and belittle, because I can't see how can there be so many of you that take pleasure in speaking down to people, because I know that the ones that are not in your organization are not worthy of your time. But that's a little weird loophole, isn't it? Because that means, how do you pay attention to those people to make them worthy of your time if they are to begin with? Freaks. Hi, sitting on the fence. Okay, let me explain the weirdness in my head right now. I went and got my nails done. My manicurist just turned into a friend of mine. And I found out she was held up at gunpoint in Oakland yesterday and got her purse. And she fought. She's fine. She's got bruises, but still. That one was close to home. That was the first one that happened to a friend of mine. That was the first time it happened to a friend of mine in the city that I grew up to love. I don't like it turning into the wild, wild west. I don't like it being a friend of mine. I do like the fact that fortunately she had therapy at the time this morning, so she got to deal with it and she's not as messed up as she possibly can be from it. So that's good. She's sore, she has bruises, but it's set me off a little bit. I mean, I just feel off. How much time can I waste before I have to make the decision to come here or not? Obviously, I didn't waste enough time. I have uplifting smells in my car to make me feel better, which has helped because I was crashing down to no man's land. And I'm sure it'll be better. I just realized why I hate spring and summer, because so much weird crap happens in the spring and summer. I didn't turn off my ringer, did I? A friend of mine just posted her brand new kitten. So that's helping me feel a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, it is terrible for her, especially when she's one of those people who really held out of you can go to Oakland in the middle of the day thing. So I'm holding on for dear life for my city. City I grew up in. I love my city. It's just gone straight to hell in a handbasket right now. So I'm sitting here or standing here with a cough drop so I can talk better, because of course these allergies are kicking my butt. All the time I've spent getting as white as humanly possible, because when you're a goth you want to be Casper. And now it's all going to hell because all I do is sit in the sun for at least a half an hour every day. I'm getting better at it. These people are starting to drive me crazy because they're robots. Not even that they don't talk to me or don't acknowledge me. These people are freaking robots. It's just bizarre. You know, usually you can break someone down, but my God, they don't even give me dirty looks. That's how bad it is. They have just disconnected from like the world. At least I was getting dirty looks after they stopped talking to me. Now they don't even do that. Wow, it's so bizarre. But hey, just gotta keep digging away at them. Dig, dig, dig. And somebody was here before me, and I'm glad. Unless they just do this all the time now. How many credit cards do you have? Do you know what your credit score is? Do you know what your FICO score is? Do you know that you probably have 4 or 5 credit cards you don't know about? Why do you think they're playing that music all the way that loud? So you can't hear me talk about the fact that that company is taking all they possibly can from you and then some, and is just going to throw you aside when you're older and make you light janitorial work if you're in the Sea Org. If you're public, they just make you drag your butt in twice a week to get audited because they got to get all their money any way possible. So if you think about it, all you're doing is giving them all of your money. So you can't support yourself. You can't give to charity if you would like to. You can't buy books that are other than Elrons because, you know, they're using your credit card to buy them for you. You should take a look at that and see what's going on. So take a look at your credit and see how screwed up they're trying to make your outside life so you can't leave. You can still leave. You can still leave and they can still get it. You can still get it fixed. There's nothing they can do about you when you leave. And no, you don't have to pay that freeloader debt because there's nothing to enforce it. So come on out, call your credit companies, get it fixed, and then come out and enjoy your life. You can figure out a way. We can help you get out. Just all you need to do is call 727-266-5797, the SPTVFoundation.org. Freaks. That's a fun part about being mad, at least, is that when I'm mad or grumpy or whatever, I talk louder. So hopefully there'll be more people and hopefully I'll lighten up. I did get a aromatic smell thing so I can feel lightened up because I'm just wound up tighter than a wire ball right now, and I think I'm even freaking out the Papa Cat. So I think talking about the beast got me on Sunday. I don't know. Sometimes you can't figure out what's going on, so I don't know. At least my nails are cute. They're all sparkly. What is the urge of letting everybody know what you're playing besides blasting your own ears out? I don't get it. I don't know. I think people's weirdness today is making me just that and my ears are bothering me, so I look like a freaking drunk right now because I keep stumbling. I've had ear problems all of my life, and when my ears start acting up, my balance gets trashed. So I don't see Mr. Skateboard's car here. Yeah, I saw the thing Natalie Webster did this morning about someone like putting him down with a short or something, I can't remember. But it was like, ooh, let's walk this way. But it's like, does he really think that nobody's gonna notice that he's in Scientology? Did he think it was gonna be some fast one? Well, no, I take that back. You know they told him that they were gonna be able to convince people that, you know, it's okay, he's in Scientology and you want to be there too. I think that's his VW. Oh, and I was wrong. The BMW SUV was not the guy who doesn't talk to me. It was somebody else in there, but not his. So I was wrong about that. I'm a good gossiper from what I can tell. Boy, do I go off on these things. And Papa Cat told me that it hasn't necessarily been proved that the little one is an OT3. See, that's always going to make me laugh. OT3. Why hasn't he even been faked like an OT8? Why not? That is just so freaking bizarre. He's not even smart enough to make him an OT8. He's been there forever. I don't know. Wouldn't you rather be out here with a real job and a real life, doing real things and not getting in trouble for asking a question? Hi, Fluff. Really? Why do you think they call them knowledge reports? Because they want you to stay dumb. If they were not something that they were against, they call them something else, like question asked, period. But knowledge report? Wow. Can you even say as much as possible of, we want you dumb. We want you beyond dumb. We want you dragging your knuckles and not asking questions. Please be our little robots and make us money. Thank you for playing the home game. Isn't that nuts? Is that what you really want to do? I mean, I know the next 24 hours is a living hell, but because they can only base it on, you know, week by week. And if you don't make your numbers, but then again, if your numbers last week were horrible, all you can do is go up. And with Skater Punk Boy running your org, it just means that you might recognize if you go up because he's too busy caring about his business in San Leandro. So is he here a lot? Does he care? Has he realized that they put him in the wrong space? And that, as usual, Scientology is giving him misinformation to get him to do something? It's not making him look good. It's going to make him lose more people. So if that's the way you want it to be, and he's being broadcast on other channels about housing Scientology and that Scientology is a creepy thing. So it's not going out in a positive direction. You might want to tell your elders or your corporate or whatever the heck you call those people who do worse things to other people. Because, and like I said before, the SFPD does not like skaters. Never have, never will. That's probably why his business is in San Leandro. Because they didn't want him here. And Lord knows, we're going for hella cheap right now per square foot in San Francisco because they need the business. Freaks. Okay, so maybe I should start looking at this as therapy. It seems to be helping and it's making me feel better. I wasn't feeling better before, but I guess coming out here and telling people that they need to come out into the real world and exist on a real existence helps. Don't you wonder how much you owe credit card companies, banks, how extended you are out in loans, and if you have a credit card, how high your limit is? Wouldn't it be surprising to find out that your limits are like $10,000 a piece because somebody has requested an extension on your credit? Is that what you really want to deal with for the rest of your life? Because eventually they'll find you and eventually you start mailing stuff to you again. And I guess all you can hope for is to be relocated somewhere else. But to do that, you have to have no idea you're going to be relocated because they just do it and go, gone, you're gone, next. So does your family even know you're here in San Francisco? And if you're public, when was the last time you talked to your family? Do they even talk to you anymore? Sciento rambling against, yeah, they ramble against therapy, but like I said, a friend of mine just proved it by going to her therapist this morning. So I didn't even know till almost the end of my appointment before she said something. So, don't you think you'd rather be somewhere else than in there trying to figure out what's wrong with you and why, if you like sprained your wrist, what did you do wrong for it? You did nothing wrong for it. It's just called being human. And nobody has perfect posture and perfect balance. So, you didn't do anything wrong to do it. You didn't force somebody else to have bad thoughts against you so something bad would happen to you. It's called life. And supposedly LRH was Siddhartha? Ha! Are you kidding? Oh my God. Him being a Buddha? I don't think so. Besides the fact I didn't think he believed in religion. So how could he be a Buddha if you don't believe in religion? That doesn't make sense. Sort of like if you leave Scientology and you want your money back, if you're declared, you can't come on campus, but you can only get your money on campus. That makes about as much sense too, right? So that's what you have to look forward to. You have to look forward to being disenchanted when you get to your OTs, because you're going to find out that no, there isn't a way for you to will yourself perfect. So that's what you have to deal with, is that when you get far enough up there, well, first when you get clear, and then you find out you're not clear because the thetans keep coming back because they're not that easy to get rid of. And then as you go up the OT level and you hit 8 and you find out you can't fix everything just on your own body, much less anything else. The disenchantment has got to be fantastic. And then somewhere along the way you find out about Xenu and the volcanoes. Now you know why the Dianetics books had the volcanoes on them and why they talked about them in the commercials. They were great to watch when you were a kid, but you didn't really wonder anything else. It was this goofy book that had volcanoes and whatever it meant. To me, it was a diet book. That's the way I thought about it when I was a kid. And so, you know, the volcano was like to jumpstart your dietary road. But, you know, no, it was Xenu blowing up thetans with a DC-8 and a hydrogen bomb. Okay, no, that wasn't written by a science fiction writer who started in the 40s. No, of course not. It wasn't started by a man who said, start a religion, you'll make a ton of money. No, of course not. That wasn't started by a man who got mocked by the Psychiatry Association, so he got mad and said, you guys can't do any kind of therapy. No, that wasn't that guy. Freaks. I know, I just don't feel, I don't know. I'm not contributing. I mean, I know I'm a little bitty corner, and in a weird way, I like it that way. I went through my little ego trip when, you know, I got like 200 people, and that was great. And then I got freaked out. I got exactly what I wanted. I went back to obscurity, and I like it there, sort of. But at least I know I'm not going to have a Scientology is a cult. What are you doing taking a baby in there, you freak? Ugh. You want them to absorb it at a young age, huh? What do you want them to absorb? To be a supplicant? Ugh. Someone walking in with a stroller and a kid. Let's fuck up 2 of them. Ugh. Why do people do that? No, I really did think it was a diet book when I was a kid. It was the 70s or 80s. And so you see this book, Dianetics, The Way to Whatever, and a volcano, and so you think, diet book. Because everybody had a diet book back then. So that's all I thought. I never thought it was any kind of like organized anything. So, you know, that was easy to deal with. So maybe I should stand here and just shine the camera on people and see how many people avoid coming here. Either that or they have a blast text that tells everybody to come out front. You know, so when I'm here, look, they know I'm here. The cameras. The boob cameras, as I should call them, because they look down my shirt if I had a V-neck. So which I still have to look up and find out if that's legal or not, because there's the one on the fire escape that does look straight down to my top, and I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter if I hear it or not. How's your credit doing? How much do you owe Scientology? How much do you owe the credit companies? They try to take out as much money as humanly possible, so you may have coursework that's like 5 courses ahead of you, or they just keep buying new ones because you need to take them to schools and leave them off there, and schools won't take them because that's just environmental polluting. So how much do you owe your credit card companies? Can you really afford the house and car you own if you're public? Can it be that way, or do you have so much debt that you're having to buy older cars and rent because you had to sell your house because you had so much debt that they were getting ready to foreclose on you because you're about to declare bankruptcy? Scientology doesn't care if you do or don't. All they want is their money. Freaks. That one seems to get their attention. That's the one that gets it the loudest, or it gets turned off. I've had it turn off a couple of times. I've had the speaker go down really low a couple of times when I was talking about credit and how to get rid of debt and stuff like that. So somehow, somewhere, they are listening and trying to figure out, yeah, sorry, Scientology, there are people who really don't want to be in debt for the rest of their lives. So this should be LRH's room. So I wonder why they've covered it up. That's interesting. Did they cover it up? Yes, they did cover it up. So they've closed all the curtains now. They used to keep LRH's room open even when it was at its worst. So maybe we're making some progress here. Maybe somebody can see past those doors. So, you hardly see when I'm, look. I need black. I need black. Can we see anything? I need to get a piece of black paper or something and put it over here so I can look in. So, just to see if we can see in, because I see a light, and it can't be LRH's room because it's down there. So, I know black background, but I don't have anything to use as a black background, believe it or not. These are open a little bit too, I think. Mirror. I hate mirror. Have to go to a baseball game. Now I have a legitimate reason to go to a baseball game. Because then me and Papa Cat would walk down here when it's twilight to see if you can see in. I think these are pulled back too. That's interesting. No. My imagination, I think. I don't know. I hate this mirror stuff. It's not nice to peel it back. You can see it separating on the corners. And I don't do that, unfortunately. God, I wish I still had my little vice streak like I used to. And what did I do today besides ruminate on guns to heads? Is there was a bunch of graffiti on the bridge going to San Francisco, and they had covered it. And what did I think? Oh, those little bastards have put graffiti everywhere now. And it's like, holy crap, give me my cane and my walking stick. Give me my little roller thing that works, because oh my God, I'm about to yell at people for, going onto my lawn. Girls got problems. Personality test. Yes, I know what my personality is. What's yours? My personality has problems. Can my personality get along with your personality? Just a question. What happens if it doesn't? Do you wonder why we sit here, walk up and down, and just stare in your windows and put our cameras to the glass? It's because we want to know why you're still in there, and why aren't you doing something productive with your life instead of trying to make money for some guy that's not going to come back, or some little guy who's got a Napoleon complex and just wants to be the best God knows what in this world, and Tom Cruise's best friend. Yeah, most of this stuff is now being done for the sake of Tom Cruise. There's something sincerely wrong in that. Don't you think you should be doing something for yourself instead of some movie star that you'll never meet? Or if you do, you'll never meet him. You'll see him because you go to, the big things that go on. Gotta go, guys. Gotta walk around. Got a person next to me who was not exactly the cleanest person on the planet. And sort of wondering, he got within arm reach. That's a let's walk down the street. So, I didn't realize why there are more squirrels, tourists, that's what we call them here. Because Princess Cruises made a berth here. So you can drive in and see a very huge cruise ship. And that explains why, since I'm in a tourist area, why we're getting more tourists. Thought it was really strange. I mean, it was awfully early to be having tourists. But no, there's a big cruise ship on the bay. They're monstrous. It's very interesting. So, oh yeah, now that we're far enough in, Carrie Ann, I want soda. Oh my God, I want soda so bad. Oh my God, he is awesome. He's a Norwegian, isn't he? He just sat there in my car when I parked watching Soda Grab Your Nose. Oh my God. Now if I could only teach Birdie to do that. Problem was that while they were kids, 1 through 5, my mom passes away. We were trying to move a house, and then I get long COVID. So in this period of 5 years, so I have very unsocialized cats who are learning finally to be socialized. Birdie, the big fuzzy one, actually starts coming up to my nose now. So, and Abigail, the double-coated orange tabby girl, is digging on the brushing more and more. So I will start taping. I will start videoing those with my brain fart. Tripod, the brushing sessions, because since I brush both of them on a regular basis, I don't have mats to deal with. And Her Highness got a late night brushing, the supermodel, which is Birdie, got a late night brushing, and she was very happy. So why are you in there? What do you really think you're going to achieve with your life? Do you really think you're going to get some kind of enlightenment by worshiping with a man who isn't even here anymore? He didn't leave his body to go to the second plane. His body left him because he had a stroke, and his body was falling apart at that point anyway. So, and he hasn't come back yet, has he? So it pretty much says that either A, he likes the second plane better than he ever liked here, or B, it really isn't happening. Aren't you wondering why you're sitting in there transfixed by what this man says, which isn't what he says anymore because the little one revamped it all. So you're now studying something that's not even his, and he said to never change his dogma. So now that it's been changed, it isn't even legit anymore, and you're still working for the little one. So just think about that. What are you doing in there? You should be out here enlightening and getting your empowerment from the things around you, not by things people tell you. Freaks. I love doing that sometimes. Personality, we can get rid of that. The little one. Yes, I can't help it. I mean, my God, when I saw how low, was it Chicago, how low that podium was, and that someone that was with him was like, it went to like his waist. It was just like, that's all I can think of is the little one. I mean, we always thought my dad was short, and I think he's the same height as my dad. So it's just, and he's older, so he's getting shorter. So those lifts in his shoes are probably getting higher, and you can tell by the width of his heel cap how high his lifts are. So It's just like you see the heel get bigger and bigger. And I think I noticed it in, Mr. Cruz also. So, since he also has a thing with being short, which back in the 80s was fine because most actors were short. I guess it filled the lens well. So, I mean, people like Elizabeth McGovern, who is Cora on Downton, they gave you the impression that she was 6 feet tall. She's only 5'8". So he's still there. He's messing with things now. So I'm just not gonna go over there. So I get to get a tan today. So, or I might have to just cut it short. So, and no, I don't think he's a faker. I think he might have been lured there by the promise of money, because I wouldn't put it past them to take advantage of the mentally disadvantaged, because they don't care. You know, they only care about their own, and they barely care about them. So that's really, that's really screwed up. Why do you do that? What has to lurk in your soul to hire mentally disadvantaged people? It's obviously he is. I mean, he's not talking. When he came up to me, he just, just sort of walked up to me like he was standing next to me and then walked away. It's like, since Reagan got rid of all of the assistants back in the 80s, and yes, I'm partial to it because my brother does have mental disabilities, but he's being taken care of by a great county system, which is very strange for anywhere. So he was lucky. That, and he can still talk a blue streak. He had one of his doctors thinking he developed the Tesla battery. I just wanted to ask her if she was sleeping with him. But there are people like that guy. He's just probably can say money, just I'll give you this if you go, stand next to her. But only there. It's like he's not following you around, so it's not meant to be like mean and evil, or him stalking on his part. He's just been told where to stand. So, and this guy too, but this guy doesn't bother me. He's busy. So, it's like, no, that doesn't work. I grew up here. How much do you owe? How many credit cards do you have? How many credit cards do you think you have? How much do you owe everybody? What is your debt? Have you been forced to file for bankruptcy yet? Because knowing them, they will want you to do it so you can start refiling for new credit cards. Because it'll only take about a year before you can get forgiven, and then you can start it all over again. So I'm sure you guys are probably on your second round of bankruptcy at this point. Is that something that gives you satisfaction, or would you rather be enlightened somewhere else where you could be doing good to the world and yourself? Freaks. So, Oh, and I put up a new one. I've got a Venmo now. The Cash App. I'm learning how to put links. Now I'm trying to figure out my coffee link. Yeah. So, at least to cover the cookies. Because, at first Papa Cat was very paranoid with me roaming around San Francisco, being myself, and was part of the reason that the cookies started. And now he just loves them. And DOA knows about those cookies too, because that was my peace offering when he and I had our big old, cat fight. So he's had a cookie. I got a tart from them the other day. I love that place. It's awesome. I just wish their croissants weren't so frou-frou. Regular croissants go round and round and round. They're flatter. These are very frou-frou. They're like little spikes that go around and around. So because I'm a total carb freak, and give me a carb and I'm a happy girl. So, but yeah, it's humanity I wonder about. I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, everybody can be snippy at times, and I've noticed the older I get, my snippy comes more from my heart than anything else. It's not just me being a bitch or me being a mean girl or you're not my crowd sort of thing. It's like, it takes a lot more to have emotions. If you kids want to learn anything, you find out emotions get harder as you get older, so you better use them now when you're used to them. So, or to get used to them. Because it's too easy to shut down. I don't know how you can keep shutting down like these freaks. I mean, God knows what they have to think of to keep completely stoic the way they are, or to think that I'm the devil. Like I said, don't believe in religion, can't be the devil. So, I don't know what this guy's doing with this dog. Slightly more paranoid today. Will be for a couple of days. It'll stop eventually. Has he left yet? I think he has. Which would be nice because it's the shade sided. So, yep, he left. Poor guy. This is where I wish I could win the lottery and help everybody out. Because, you know, everybody needs to be helped out. Ooh, look at the puppy. Oh my God. Oh, puppy poo. Don't you wish you could help the people who are out here and obviously are houseless? Do you have any kind of feeling for these people? Do you want to help them out? Does it just pick it you ever so slightly just to help them out? But then again, am I not, since you don't really help out the older people in your own society? Why don't you help those people out so they don't have to be sweeping floors and taking care of dishes at 76 years old? It's not. People should be able to just say, you know, I'm done and relax. I mean, you guys have so much money, you should be able to retire these people and at least have them live a normal middle class life. There's nothing wrong with that. Fluffer, don't worry about it. You help me way too much. You don't need to help me. You're here and you help me. You're a good luck charm. You help me. It's like, no. You help me in a million other ways and you're damn adorable. So, you know, like I'm damn adorable. So we are united. It's like Fuzz. Fuzz helps way too much and helps me with email questions and stuff. And it's like I am more than, I don't like the word blessed, but I'm more than given positive energy by having you two around. Oh, and Papa Cat. And Sitting on Defense is actually working on it too. He's a really nice person, or she's a really nice person. I should not make assumptions. I gotta learn to use they more. So I did with Flubber for a long time because I didn't want to make assumptions. And that I'm from here, so we always assume they first. I have had some friends they out, so it's like I learned a lot earlier than the rest of the country that would even start bitching about it. So, do you want to be out of there? Do you want to be doing something productive? Do you want to be doing something as small as making a blanket? How about an Afghan, a quilt? Make yourself a skirt. Learn how to sew sequins. Learn Tai Chi. You know, 2 blocks away, there's the older people that do Tai Chi every day. You should go watch them and learn how to do it. I'm sure they would not mind, you know, because they're older and would love to teach people what they're doing because it's a meditative sort of thing. Are you guys allowed to meditate? Are you allowed to center your bodies and relax? If you're not, then there's something definitely wrong here because you should do that to your body. If not meditate, if not relax, but at least get centered, you know, so where you don't feel anxious I'm such a hypocrite. I don't do any of this. I'm trying to. Where you make yourself centered and you can go on with your day, and if something bad happens, you can actually go, okay, it's happened and now it's gone. And now I don't think about it anymore. And it's nobody's fault, including mine, that this thing happened. Unless it was your fault. Then you should take responsibility for it. But if it's just because Saya told you to take responsibility for every bad action around you, that's ridiculous. You can't keep up with the world like that. You know, what happens if there's a siren? Ooh, it made my ears hurt. Who made it happen? What did I do to make it happen? Nothing. You were being yourself and you were existing day by day, and you did not bring these things unto yourself because you were a bad person or was thinking bad thoughts. That is just life. Sorry. Well, at least the tourists think I'm interesting. You like chai tea? When the hell did that happen? Oh. Meow. Cool, Fluffer. Yeah, no, I actually do want to go watch the older people go do Tai Chi, because they do. They're like, it's like one of those famous things that they do in the square over in Chinatown, which is literally a block away. So I need to do one of those walking road things. Yeah, and hell, San Francisco, you get to try at least everything once. I did acupuncture for like 2 years, and it was fun, but I don't think it was actually fulfilling what it was supposed to, because my acupuncturist was a good friend of mine, so we laughed a lot, which helped the other people in our acupuncturists. One of the other acupuncturists said that it was so like centering, and me and her just laugh for an hour. Oh, I'm sorry, Fluff. Well, if your spine goes back to normal with PT and everything else, that would actually be neat to do for a YouTube thing. So, you know, hopefully in a year or two you can do it. So, why are you here? Why are you spending your time here when you can be spending it doing something else? Like, I think we got a panda. So don't you want to go see a panda? We have one of the best MoMAs in the country. Don't you want to go hang out at the Museum of Modern Art? Do you want to go look at art on the street and wonder why it's there? We have big hearts in the city. We had a fundraiser and we have huge hearts. You can go to Union Square and see one and see what's on it, and it'll tell you why and what's it about. So don't you think you'd like to go see a big heart and wonder why it's there and wonder what made it belong there, and just contemplate the fact that it's a big Valentine heart that's like 5 feet tall? That's not bad. That's actually a good thing to do. You know, it's centering yourself and figuring out what you really want to do with life. You know, just a little bitty thought like that will help you, and will help you grow, and will give you an enlightenment this place can't give you. You know, your own personal enlightenment is what you want in this world. I'm sorry, it's a cult and you have to belong to it. I wish you didn't have to. You don't need to keep going in there when you can't walk well. That's so frustrating. It's like, you know what? You can be spending that money on physical therapy. You can be spending that money on, I know you don't believe in it, but therapy. So, you didn't look happy. It's like, why do you have to keep making your... Scientology is a cult! Why do you want to belong to a cult? In France, it's considered a cult. It's been designated a cult. They're slightly more sophisticated than us, even though we wouldn't want to admit it. So if they call you guys a cult, then maybe you should be a cult somewhere. In Germany, you're a not liked organization or something. So even the Germans have figured you guys out. Why can't the Americans figure you guys out? It's too easy to be told what to do. That's the problem. Problem is that we need to look into ourselves and become something that we want to be, and not something we're told to be. And not being able to talk to other people is not healthy for you either. Because everybody says hi, excuse me, have a nice day. things like that. And you can't even acknowledge these people because they're below you. Is that what you really want to do with your life? Do you want people below you? Do you want to feel superior to other people just because you're reading the right book? Which is not a very good way to do it either. Because we all know what happens with banned books. What that may start. And your buddy was a eugenics freak too, so if you want to be like that, and if you want to be known like that, then keep it up. But I don't think it'll be healthy for you. I don't think it gives you good dreams, thinking that you are not necessarily involved in something that's very kosher. You could tell my ex-husbands were Jewish, or ex-husband. So you want to come out of there and become knowledgeable in what is going on around you and what concerns you, and looking at the trees and going to Golden Gate Park where it's absolutely beautiful, and they have an arboretum and they have specific flowers that bloom, and one of your best friends picks one of the flowers that he didn't know he wasn't supposed to. Oh, that's a story for another time. Don't you want to go to the aquarium and see fish roam around and look at the alligators? They should still have alligators. And see things that you might not have seen before, and learn about reefs and things like that, that we need to keep healthy to keep the world to survive. No matter if you're clearing people or not, you still need the world to survive until you're done, right? So you should probably put some mind and effort into keeping the environment healthy. At least you could do that without having to tell anybody about it or getting in trouble for it, because you wouldn't be talking to anybody about it. You'd just be helping to keep the environment healthy or healthier, or to try to make it revive. Because, you know, we've managed to do a really good number on our environment, and it's not good. Polar caps should not be melting, because that just means we're going higher in temperature, and that's not a good thing. You don't want to be there. And if you can contribute to making places healthy, then you can actually distract yourself from here for a little while, because here is not very healthy for you. When all you have to do is make money, tell everybody what's wrong with you, tell everybody all of your truths so you don't get in any more trouble, then, you know, maybe you should try something else. So, and I know tomorrow is going to be the worst day because you have to make your numbers for the week. So, you know, it's not a good thing to have to go through that every Wednesday night, Thursday morning, you know, just to make money for the little one. So he doesn't even know any of you exist. So, unfortunately, and I don't think he really cares, because all he wants is the money, in my opinion. Freaks. Where were they? Those two women were looking here and talking. We must be getting a lot of Norwegian people right now, because they're speaking in languages that sound sort of Swedish. I know Swedes and Norwegians aren't the same. I know. Half my family's Swedish. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it. I know it's a short one today, but I need to go home and cuddle Moose. Yes, Moose. And I still haven't brought out my squirrel. He's sitting in the back of my car. My arr squirrel. So, Fuzz, can you find somebody that we can raid? I just think I want to go home and pet the cats. Make more cat shorts. Think about what I bought at the store today, and why did I buy it? I mean, food. I went when I was hungry, so it's a very interesting mess. So doesn't this look like a movie scene? I always think it does. So, and my pyramid. Hello, pyramid. My pyramid. Oh, my pyramid. Can't wait for it to have a bar at the top. Why do they always take a picture of the front? What's interesting about the front?
It's beautiful.
No, it's not. Let's see if they go in the door. Hopefully he's talking about just the building and not... I'll just sit here and stare at them while they walk down the street, and he's knocking on all the... It's a marble veneer, dear, I'm sorry. Oh, it'd be interesting though if that he like opened the door, because it is a beautiful brass door. He's not looking at it. Damn it. Ugh, okay. Yes, cool. Go raid them. Go raid them and tell them I sent you. Well, actually, tell them Fuzz sent you. Because, you know, Fuzz is the awesome mod. So, you guys go have fun and I'll see you tomorrow. I will be here hopefully by noon so I can, or at 1. So I can just slightly annoy them a little bit more before they have to make their numbers. But considering how quiet it's been around here, there probably aren't a lot of numbers to make. So, go to Denver and tell them me and Fuzzy sent you. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Ciao, Bellas.